Okay, this is module 4. So this is how to submit your leads and get paid. So how to track, protect, and monetize every deal that you bring in to VillaCloser. So what you'll learn in this module, how to properly submit your leads for commission tracking, how we attribute deals and ensure that you get credit, what happens after the submission, so who follows up and how the deal closes, when and how payments and payouts are made, and then how to sync it with your deal flow, your micro websites, your landing pages, etc. So step number 1 is submit your lead. Every lead goes through our lead submission form, which I have linked below in this document, and in a further module, I'll go into more detail about the form itself. But this is your tracking and payout protection. Submit the following: the lead name, so this is the actual guest or the person who would be staying at the villa or booking and paying for it typically, the lead email, LinkedIn profile or other profile is fine, but typically we still do the contracting and everything through email. The buyer persona, so are they an executive assistant, advisor, corporate planner? The context, was it a cold outreach? It's just important for all of us internally to start to track where, which niches and which referral partners for you are bringing the most business. And then any notes on the budget, the group size, the timing, just any other kind of notes that should be aware of. So step number 2 is we take over. So once submitted, once a warm lead where someone's interested in booking a property is interested, we take over. Our concierge team and sales team follow up with the guest, go through any kind of last minute questions. We qualify and close the deal. A lot of this business is also making sure that the guests are the right fit for the property, and we make sure that your groups are really protected. I mean, if it's a non-family friendly villa and your client is trying to sneak kids in, they could have an issue if they arrive at the property and it's not the right fit. So we also have systems in place to vet the deal and just make sure that if your clients do indeed book the property, it's going to be a good fit for everyone. And then we handle the contracts, guest questioning, payments, and everything. You don't have to lift a finger. Again, we've been doing this for over 10 years and had tens of thousands of bookings on our platform. So we know how to take care of all this securely and efficiently. Step number 3 is track your pipeline. So you'll get a Notion or an Airtable dashboard. This is optional for you, but my suggestion is to start to build out your own CRM of all of your people you've reached out to, if they've written back with interest, kind of the status of the lead. As mentioned, in luxury villa planning, it can be 3 or 6 months before they're ready to start making decisions or even looking at destinations based on airfare and that sort of thing. So having a organized CRM is very important. In your profile, you're also tracking your commission confirmation once the booking is paid out to you. And the payout initiation from our end is after the guest checks in. So once the guest has checked in, typically within 3 to 5 business days, we are depositing your commission payout into your account. How to get paid? The amount is, of course, 10% of the booking value. The average commissions through our platform are $1,200 up to $5,000, and they can go a lot higher depending on the niche and the types of properties that you're referring. I put 7 to 14 days here, but typically, as long as you have a Wise account or PayPal, it's typically much quicker than that. We can also send bank transfers. So how to ensure you get paid? We tie your commission to the form submission, the lead email or profile, and the deal stage updates logged in our backend. And if you submit a lead and they book, you get paid. There's no games. So it's, even if you have someone that's lukewarm, but they've stated, you've sent them a link to a property, they say, yeah, this looked pretty good, but we can't make a decision. Submit that as a lead and just put it as pending, or put a note that it might be a little longer term, and we will ensure that guest commission gets attributed to you. So pro tips, exactly that. Submit it ASAP. Don't wait to see if it's real. Just get the lead into the database as soon as they have hints of being interested. Even lukewarm leads are worth tracking. And the earlier you enter your leads, the stronger your protection. Again, a lot of people out there with online tools these days can search themselves. And if they were to find the property through personal villas directly, we want to do our best to ensure that your commissions are protected. So what to do after this module? Submit your first real lead. So by this point, you should have cold DM'd a bunch of people in your network about being a luxury villa advisor, DM us or send me a message if you're unsure whether something counts or not as a lead. But as mentioned above, any sort of interest should be submitted as a potential lead in your CRM and funnel. And then our team takes over, and you just wait for the close. And we will be, very open with if hesitations arise from your client in the booking process. We're going to keep you in the loop as their exclusive travel advisor. So, want to get paid? You've learned the system. You've submitted, or you're about to submit your first lead. To unlock the commission tracking, concierge support, and payouts, you're going to need to activate your account. So once you start receiving your first leads, you need to sign up and become a pro closer, and this unlocks your commission access. And as well, we have a bunch more modules on building out your brand in tracking systems and helping you launch your business. So thanks so much, and see you in the next video.